Hey everybody, Chris Lynton here from TribeFit. Awesome to see you all today. Hopefully you are well here for the live Q&A. I'm out on our other balcony. If you've seen a couple of my lives in the last week, you've been here for a little while, you'll notice slightly different background rather than the city skyline, which I prefer. But we've got a session with a student happening right now on that balcony, so I'm jumping out on the other balcony, which is kind of like my second favourite balcony out of the two at our office. Anyways, hopefully you're well, hopefully having a good week so far, and if you are there and you can hear me loud and clear, give me some thumbs up, some comment down below, live, hashtag replay, depending on how you're watching this. And as per usual, for all the new faces, welcome to the group. Lovely to see you all there. I think we're about to hit 6,000 pretty soon, which is amazing. It's a pretty big group. And so to all the new faces, welcome. There's loads of stuff in here. I want you to be getting all the help, all the support you need. Not only from myself, someone who's done it and built, $1 million online fitness business themselves. I do over $1 million a year in my coaching businesses, and so I don't want you to just be getting help from myself, but also from the other trainers who are in here who are at certain stages of the journey, right? Whether they're starting from scratch or they're down their path, they're already making $5,000 or $10,000 and looking to scale. So that way you can get around a good environment of people from all different steps of their journey and learn together and grow together. And that's what it's all about. So jump in here, grab all the resources. You'll see heaps of stuff about it. And weekly I'm in here for a live Q&A. You can ask any questions you want. Lovely to see the faces we're jumping in on session now. I had a fresh haircut, as you can see. Now, if you've got any questions, comment down below. What I'm going to be going through, the tip of the week for today is, and you can probably see in the comment, is the two secrets, the two things, kind of like the two keys that you need to do to go from being bad at sales to getting people asking, how do I pay, how do I start, right? And these things are what most people fail to do, and they end up thinking that they're bad at sales. Hence why I said go from bad at sales to closing more clients, right? And getting more yeses. No one particularly is bad at sales, but it's when you do these two things wrong, or when you skip these two things, you get a lot of no's. You get a lot of prospects that should become clients, and you end up getting a lot of, let me think about it, or I've got to ask my partner, and then they ghost you, or no's, not right now. And as a result, when you have chats with prospects and you get a lot of no's, you end up thinking that you're bad at sales. Now, sales isn't a tough thing. Really, sales is just a conversation, and you're just trying to find out if you can help the person, the prospect, and then lead them across the path to making them wanting to choose you. And there's two things they need to choose. One, you, and two, to make the change today, right? And they could choose you, but then say, oh, I'll come back in a month, I'll come back in 6 months' time. That's not a win. And they could make the decision to want to move forward today, but not choose you. So they've got to get those two paths crossed for them to move forward with you today and start moving forward. And you might say, well, sometimes I get prospects say, hey, I'll come back in a month or a month and a half or 2 months, you're great, whatever it might be. Let me tell you, 99% of the time, those people don't come back. Why? Because life gets in the way. They get busy. Other things happen. They speak to other people. They see other ways of solving their problem. And when they're ready to go, they generally just move forward with the person that's top of mind at that time, and they kind of forget about you, right? So your goal is to get them to move forward with you and change their life if you can help them, right? So these two things I'm about to take you through in a sec, you must do. Now, way too many people think, I'm having a good conversation with a prospect, and I start going on about, how I help, what I do, what I deliver, how amazing it is, and you think you're going good. And then you get to the end, and you think everything's going well, and they're going, yeah, this sounds good, da, da, da. And then you get to the end, and they're like, let me think about it, or not right now, or can you send me some more information, and so on and so forth. And then you don't end up closing them, right? And these two things is what stops that happening, right? So one, you need to make them understand what they're doing so far isn't helping them or isn't going to help them move forward, right? You need to make them realize what they're doing right now isn't going to get them to where they want to be. They need to do something different. You need to make them make that realization in their head that I need to do something different to get a different outcome. I've been doing X, Y, Z for the last 2 months, 6 months, 2 weeks, whatever it might be. And if I don't change up what I'm doing, I'm not going to get to where I want to be. Because there's a lot of your prospects who will have a plan, and they've been executing that plan and thinking, I'll just do that plan, and then they don't get results, and they go back and do that plan. And then when they speak to you, they're thinking in the back of their mind, well, I've already got a bit of a plan. Rather than spending money with this person, with you, maybe I just go back and give that one more try. And then if it doesn't work, I'll come speak to you again. And what you've got to do in the conversation, you've got to stop talking about yourself. You've got to stop talking about your services. You've got to find out about where they are, where they want to be, and what they've been doing to get the result that they want, what they've done so far. And you need to make them realize that, hey, hang on a sec, so you're at point A and you want to get to point B, and you've been doing X, you've been following this program, you've been doing an ebook program, you've been trying to train on your own or go to the gym, or you had another coach, or whatever it might be, right? You need to make them realize that all those things they've done haven't worked. And if they do it again, they're not going to work. And Craig Justin's just noted down perfectly. If you keep doing what you have always done, you'll keep getting what you always had. You'll keep getting the same result. And there's a saying, this definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and expecting a different result. And us as humans, we're creatures of habit, right? And we want to stick to what we've done and what we're doing because we know it. But you need to, when you're speaking to a prospect, forget about what you do, how you help them. You want to ask them where they're at, what their goals are, and the first thing you want to help them discover is what they've done so far and what they've done in the past hasn't helped them move forward. You want to make them realize that, right? And it's you might say, that's an obvious one, Chris, because they should come in and go, well, I haven't succeeded yet, so of course what I've been doing hasn't gotten me to where I want to get to. And that's not the case. You need to make it clear in their mind, solid in their mind, when they're with you, that you're at point A, you want to get to point B, and you've tried X, Y, Z. Okay, and so why do you think that hasn't worked for you yet? Why do you think, so you've done X, Y, Z, and what results did you get with that? Okay, and then they'll start uncovering in their own mind. You need to get them to say it out loud. They'll end up saying, yeah, I tried X for a little while, and that didn't work because of whatever. And then I tried Y, and that didn't work. And then I tried Z, and that didn't work. And then what you want to repeat to them and say, okay, cool, yeah. So it sounds like X, Y, and Z won't get you to where you want to be. And then in their head, they'll be like, yeah. So they've put all their options, all their past options on the table and now crossed them off and saying, okay, well, I need to do something different. And then you can even verbalize it. And I've done this with people and go, okay, cool. So what you're saying is you did X, Y, Z and they didn't work. So what you're telling me is you feel like you need to do something different that solves your problem and helps with all the reasons why X, Y, Z didn't work. Is that what you're saying? And I say, yeah, I think you're right. So that's point one. They've realized they are where they want, they are where they are, they have a goal, And everything they've done to date and anything they're thinking about doing or retrying will not help and has not helped. So now they're kind of hands open, like, well, I need a solution, I need a different solution. Okay, brings you on to point 2. Now point 2 flows on from there. You need to make them realize that they need to start moving forward today, right? And it's what's called the pain or the loss of inactivity, right? And so that would be, for example, okay, cool. So you've got X goal, and when do you want to get there by? Okay, and all right. So if that's in 12 weeks' time, or 3 months' time, or 6 months' time, or whatever it might be. Okay, cool. So you've tried X, Y, Z, and we've just talked about that X, Y, Z didn't help you move forward at all, and you need to get to goal result by this time frame. So, like, what's your plan? How are you thinking you're going to get there? And are you happy just continuing with what you're doing and getting closer, and losing day after day, week after week, month after month, and not getting any closer to your goal, right? So basically you're trying to make them understand that, hey, in a month's time, it's not going to be any better. You're not going to be any further. And are you happy to waste another month? You've wasted 6 months, 12 months, 2 years, 5 years trying to get your goal. And you've tried X, Y, Z, and we've just talked about how they don't work and you need something new. Are you happy, and a question I like asking people is, so, like, why do you want to fix this? Why don't you just stay doing what you're doing? Or why don't you just stay where you are? It's a really good question, and it's not an offensive question. You're just open-handed asking it. And some people answer and say, you know what? I'm happy where I am. And, I know I've got this goal, but I'm not that fussed of getting there, and I don't really care about the speed of getting there. And you go, okay, cool. Well, you can't sell your services. So you end up saying to them, okay, cool. Well, it sounds like you don't have a need or a want. It doesn't really matter what I do. All the best. But those that answer it and say, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Like, I've tried everything. I've tried for too long. I just want to solve it, and I want to get it done now. And I'm ready to take action, right? Those two things, ready to take action today, moving towards your goal, and sick and tired of wasting time, money, energy on things that don't work. And the point before it is everything you've done, or all the plans you've got, they're not going to work if you just retry them. You need something new. And then after doing that conversation, they'll end up going, well, I know I need something new, and I know I need to take action today. So Chris, tell me, what do you do? And as soon as you hear that question, now it's time for you to start opening up about your offer, what you do, so on and so forth, right? And if it's a match to what they need, voila, you have a client, you're going to change their life, you're going to help them, and they will literally be like, okay, cool, well, I know I need to move forward today, I know I need a new plan, you've just told me about yours, that sounds spot on, how do we get started, how do I pay? That'll be the next thing they say. And that's a great outcome for them, because you'll help them move towards the goal, and it's a great outcome for you. So hopefully that makes sense. So the two aspects you need to do, you need to forget about talking about yourself, you need to, generally the first thing people will do when they sit down with you, whether it's on a phone or in person, is kind of to say, okay, Chris, can you tell me about what you do? And what's the price? And that's because they don't know what else to ask. Like, they're sitting down with someone newish, potentially, they maybe know you for a little while, they maybe don't know you. And if they're asking that question, it's just because they don't know how else to start the conversation. And so when I get that question straight out the gate, I say, yeah, cool, great question, no problem. I can answer all that and I'm not avoiding it. But can I ask you a few questions just so I can understand specifically what you need help with? And then they end up going, yeah, no problem. They generally ask that question out the gate about price and what do you do, because they don't know where else to open the conversation, right? So hopefully that makes sense. And if you get those types of questions out the gate, you know how to turn it around and start doing your research. And at the same time, you now know jumping straight in, talking about yourself, your prices, your packaging is not going to be a win. And the 2 key secrets to making more closes happen, right? Do that, you'll get more clients, you'll turn more prospects from a yes, no, maybe, let me think about it, to how do I move forward and how do I pay? You get more clients, you have more impact, you have more income, and lo and behold, your business will grow and get you further to your goals. Hopefully that makes sense. If you've got any questions on that, PM me, DM me, email at chris@tribefit.co. Happy to send you some information around that. You may have seen I did a post yesterday. I've got a sales script. It absolutely pumps. It's the same script I use, the same script my clients used. Closed over $4 million collectively in online fitness coaching clients with this script. If you want this, you can PM me, DM me, you can comment on the post, or you can email chris@tribefit.co and I'll send you through that script. It is awesome. It is a great template. You'll see how it all works, and you'll see the things I've taken you through today on how it cascades down from a conversation. Coachees, incredible live, brother. No problem, man. I appreciate the love. And guys, get it happening this week. Beautiful blue sky here in Sydney, Australia. Going to PM you once you're done with the live. Do it, man. Looking forward to it, and I'll shoot you all that stuff. That's it from me, guys. Bye for now.